Okay, so we've now created our campaign for conversation ads. I'm now going to create a new ad. So I'm going to call this conversation template 1. The sender is going to be me. So this is the difference. This is a difference between conversation ads and document ads, is that your personal profile will be the sender of the ad, and actually it will pull in some details about you. It will pull in your bio here, which you might want to review, and I need to go and review mine actually. But there we go, because people will see this when they first see your message pop up into their inbox. So yeah, the subject I've got pre-prepared. So my subject is going to say, does your FD, I might adjust this slightly, or spouse. Okay, so we've run slightly over the character limits here. Does your FD or spouse panic when you suggest running LinkedIn ads? I mean, given my audience, I might just change this to spouse, which might still be too long. Does your spouse panic when you suggest? Yeah, so we might want to run something like that. Does your FD panic when you run LinkedIn ads? Yeah, so you might just need to adjust it to fit the character limits. So just bear in mind that you've got 60 characters to work with. I do not have a banner creative. I generally don't use one. It only appears on desktop anyway, not on mobile devices. Most of your people are going to see the ad on a mobile device. But yeah, if you've got a banner creative, then you can add it. I generally don't bother. I've seen perfectly good results without using banner creative, and it's optional. Yeah, custom footer terms and conditions I generally don't use. I'm going to select the lead form. So again, this is one we created earlier. So I'm going to select my conversation ad template LinkedIn form. And then I'm going to go to next step. So then this is where we're going to create the ad itself. And you can select, there's various templates here that you can use as a starting point. Often we're looking to what LinkedIn calls drive asset downloads, which I think is a very American way of saying. But yeah, I mean, this in gist is kind of the point of the ad. It's, my name is Rob, I'm so and so. I thought you'd be interested in a copy of this. It was designed to, So again, this is fine as a starting point, but we're not actually going to run this this specific wording. You can also just start with a blank option here. Let's go to the next step. Okay, so then this is where we're going to paste in the ad copy itself. So I'm going to say so bear in mind, please remember that this is going to show up in people's LinkedIn ads inboxes, in the messaging inbox. You can insert custom fields. I think, inserting their first name is a safe option. Inserting their company name is a bit risky because it relies on them having the right company name. And often it just doesn't read very well. If you're responsible for, you sometimes see these messages where it's like, are you responsible for recruitment in my case, I mean, my company name would be The Confusion Clinic Limited, because that's my legal company name, but It's not how I refer to my company. So yeah, I generally don't use company name, but I think first name, last name is fine. So yeah, so hi Rob, have you dabbled with the idea of running LinkedIn ads? But I've heard it can be monstrously expensive. Frankly, it can be expensive if you run ads all the time, if you follow LinkedIn's budget recommendations, and if you spend money on ineffective ad formats. As a small advertiser running a trial campaign, there are only a handful of ad formats you should consider. That's a little bit hard to get your head around, isn't it? Might just get rid of that. No matter how many times so if you write your message in advance, no matter how many times you check it and edit it, once you get it into the editor and you can see it in the preview, you will nearly always make changes, because that seems to be how the proofing process works. There are only a small number of ad formats you should consider. In the past 12 months, some of my clients have cut their cost per lead by more than 80% by switching to LinkedIn's conversation ad format. This message is a conversation ad. It shows in your inbox as a sponsored message. Would you be interested in receiving a free copy of my conversation ad template? The template outlines 3 possible approaches to writing your ads. One is the problem-led approach, which this message uses. There's no catch, strings, or upsell, but I'd love to know if it helps. The button text then I've got in my documents as being, yes, sounds interesting. You can have multiple options here. So, if there was like, yes, sounds interesting, or not right now, but I'd like to read more, you can have a second button that links to your website, maybe. I generally just put one. And the option is going to be to, you've got a few options here. You could send a next message. You could send them to the website. I'm sending them to my lead gen form. And that's it. So again, give it another check. But I'm going to create that ad.